You just put a little question mark on it.
King of the Monsters?
King of the Monsters?
Godzilla, King of the Monsters?
King of the Monsters?
Not after Godzilla. That'd be weird. Godzilla? King of the Monsters? Like you like can't believe you're like Godzilla? He's the king of the monsters?
Or like in between the D and the Z in Godzilla? God?
Zilla. We in. Hello.
What's up, guys?
What it do? Welcome to the Chris and Kyle show. Spoilers. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. That's the title, right?
So you had an issue with the title because it like is kind of
I mean, like
You know
I
the
already
ending.
know Godzilla's gonna win, but like now you're just telling me he's
Right.
gonna win.
So this is how you fix it, right? You just put a little question mark on it.
King of the Monsters?
King of the Monsters?
Godzilla, King of the Monsters?
King of the Monsters?
Not after Godzilla. That'd be weird. Godzilla? King of the
Godzilla?
Monsters? Like you like can't believe you're like Godzilla? He's the king of the monsters?
Or like in between the D and the Z in Godzilla?
You
God?
Zilla.
Huh?
You could rename it Godzilla and his Boothang Mothra v. the Monsters.
All right. So what'd you think about this movie, man?
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the most obvious thing. I feel like they went a little more wacky than the first one.
It didn't seem a little bit like they were crossing that Fast and Furious threshold a little bit, you know, like not exactly jumping the shark, but like okay, here come the spoilers. They literally use a nuke to
That's
heal
established
Godzilla.
though in the first Godzilla movie.
But there's literal lines where they say,
Oh,
how
no.
many nukes do you have?"
yeah. There's like really zany, like wacky lines of, especially
Yeah.
from what's his name, the gray hair guy. He's like the weirdest of them all.
Have they used nukes previously to heal Godzilla?
Yes, because they nuked him in the first movie and he got stronger. They didn't work on him. Yeah, that had already been established. Dude, they need to change his name after that scene to Thickzilla.
Yeah.
He gets fucking jacked. He fucking comes out. He's like trapped out. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm Godzilla.
Yeah.
Man, you're hurting my face.
Oh, we're gonna go all the way to the end here, right? So when he's fighting Monster Zero, when he's fighting what is it, Ghidorah?
Ghidorah.
Yeah, when he's fighting Ghidorah,
King Ghidorah.
and like the literal last scene, like obviously you know Godzilla fucking wins, but he is like emanating radiation.
Mm-hmm.
That was such
It's
a
awesome.
cool fucking scene.
Yeah, I kind of
Like-
wish that he still breathed something. Because instead he like charges up his breath like normal and then he
Right.
just explodes
Yeah.
with power. And it looks really cool. But I wish he also still breathed something just because the
True.
idea of that is so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically just using hyper beam. And it gets so powerful that it's like hyper zone or something.
Right.
It's just like a fucking sphere of energy.
Well, isn't there like, doesn't Camerupt have a move that?
Overheat?
Dog, how much did you think of Pokemon when you watched
A
this
lot,
movie?
a lot.
Dude.
Now even more because I just watched that trailer, and you can supersize your Pokemon. If you have a Tyranitar and you Dynamax that Tyranitar,
Right.
it's just
Fucking
Godzilla.
Rodon or whatever. I was like, that's
Rodan?
Moltres.
He's too dinosaur-y to be Moltres.
Did you see his face though? Like
Yeah.
at first I was like, oh, that's a
It
pterodactyl.
looks like a pterodactyl, yeah.
But the face looked like a bird.
I still thought it looked like a pterodactyl.
The face looked much more like a bird than a pterodactyl.
But like a-
Pterodactyl's face is like a blade almost, right?
Yeah, so is his.
Mm-mm,
Oh,
it's like a
what?
bird.
I thought it was like
It's
I thought it
looks
still looked
straight-
pterodactyl.
It has like a beak and everything.
I mean, pterodactyls had beaks too.
Yeah, but it's like it's not in the shape of a bird. If you
Listen,
saw
I
this
know
bird-
exactly what a pterodactyl looks like.
Mhm.
I've seen them in person.
Yep.
Well, not from like, ideas rendered from bones.
Right.
So I'm telling you that Rodan is exactly what a pterodactyl
Did you
looks
get
like.
that information from your spiritual consciousness? Are you hacked into the
No, I
mainframe
time
that is-
traveled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the monsters are amazing. The monster designs are super dope.
Yeah. Is this like? This is what I want a Godzilla movie to be. Like,
Yeah.
is there any like? This is exactly what I expected going in, and like the entire. There was like literal times I was sitting in the movie theater.
I
going,
liked-
Slackjaw. Just
I liked the move to be like to embrace the wildness of it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like the first Godzilla movie I enjoyed, but its flaw is that it like almost takes itself too seriously.
Right.
This one still has the spectacle and the care taken with the designs and stuff like that, but
They
it's
straight up destroy the world.
yeah. It's wild.
Like
it's,
every
but
major city in the
but
world
like
gets
even just
destroyed.
like the people are more zany a little bit. Especially,
Uh-huh.
if I'm gonna keep bringing that guy up, I gotta see what his name.
Bradley
is.
Whitford.
Yes, Bradley Whitford is fucking. He's a weirdo.
Yeah.
he's a weird dude.
Nobody else in the theater laughed at this joke, right? But like the entire time, him and Kyle Chandler, like Kyle Chandler has like a couple of bromances in this movie,
Yeah.
which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Like because Kyle Chandler is just like he's like a broken father. He's looking
Yeah.
for his family, his wife, and his.
I thought he
daughter,
was really
right?
good.
I agree. But like there's these little moments that he has with two different characters. One of them being Bradley Whitford. And Bradley Whitford is kind of like the guy that's like what are you crazy? Like the entire time.
Yeah.
But there is a part where they're like in this underwater.
Open the shields.
Yeah, they're in this underwater fucking
Lab.
They're in this underwater lab. And
Designed to track Godzilla.
is on the outside of this
That
lab.
was really
And
cool when he was swimming towards them. Very cool.
and he's like emanating this like blue light and everything. There's like giving scientific reasons as far as why he's doing it and stuff. Fucking Kyle Chandler looks at Bradley Whitford and he's like, "Are you recording this?" And Bradley Whitford goes, Bradley Whitford goes,
I record everything, dude.
I record everything, dude. Everything." And Kyle Chandler just goes,
Kyle Chandler looks at him funny.
Yeah.
That like
Nobody
like that's what makes it like extra funny is because Kyle Chandler looks at him like Kyle Chandler's like, you realize what you're implying with that statement, right?
I record everything. Everything. Nobody laughed. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was the funniest.
Yeah, Bradley
line in the
Whitford's
movie.
really funny.
It was such
like
a weird.
Thomas Middleditch is also like he's not incompetent, but he's like a goober.
He's a goober.
He's a
I was about to
goober.
say that. He's a goober.
He's a goober, and like Kyle Chandler, like, he's kind of another bromance. It's like a bromance that blossoms.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, Kyle Chandler's
That's
like,
the other bromance.
Kyle
we
Chandler
never
was
met.
like, "Who is this bitch?
Yeah.
Who is this dude? Get him out of here." There are so many scientists in this movie. I couldn't tell you everyone's names if I tried. All the different characters' names. Couldn't tell you if I tried.
Yeah.
What's the female Asian scientist? Dr. Lee, I think her name was. It was like the simplest name.
The girl from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yes. Was she playing multiple characters? Was she playing her own sister?
Her own sister. What?
There's a scene where they're at the Mothra's waterfall where Mothra is cocooning, and she's there, but she's also in the submarine, and she says something about her family and how her family have all been part of Monarch, and I think she was playing her own sister.
What?
Because I was like, how did she get there and then back here again?
That Monarch thing, who's she talking to? She wasn't talking to somebody at the Monster Zero site.
Dude, she's credited
As two different characters?
as Dr. Eileen Chen and Dr. Ling.
Okay.
They have
I didn't
different...
even notice that, dude.
Yeah, I did. I was like, how did she get there?
But
and
there
where
is
is everyone else?
There's a plethora of characters that it's easy to get mixed up.
Yeah.
Like,
And I just know them as their actor. Like, I'm like, oh, that's Dr. Ken Watanabe. That's Dr. Let Them Fight.
yeah.
He's first. Okay, let's talk about the characters because it's going to be like the Godzilla part of this movie is incredible. It's amazing. It's fantastic. The parts where this gets kind of weird is with some of the characters and stuff and some of the story ideas. The whole conflict between the people is so insane.
Right.
And it starts with Thomas Middleditch, with Dr. Ken Watanabe, and Dr. Lady that dies halfway through the movie. Don't know her name. And they're trying to convince the government to not basically hostily take over Monarch so that they can try to murder Godzilla.
Specifically the military, yeah.
Yes. They don't want Monarch to fall under military hands because they know they'll just try to murder Godzilla and any other
Of the
Titan.
Titans, yeah.
And like I was like, okay, that's interesting because they have their own sort of like philosophical ideas as a company. And it's kind of, you never saw Kong Skull Island, right?
I did.
Oh, you did? So like Monarchs, like that's where they were. That's like the beginning of Monarch. So it's kind of
Yeah.
cool to see where it's ended up and stuff since the John Goodman days. Rest in peace, John Goodman's character in Kong. Spoilers? Oh shit! For the whole franchise, fuck it. But then like Kyle Chandler rolls up and he just makes so much sense that you're like, yeah, he's kind of right. He's just like, fucking kill all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let them do it. Let them murder all of these horrible creatures. And then like hippie Dr. Ken Watanabe is like, nah, they're our friends. Godzilla is our friend.
Right.
And you're like, wait, what? That's so insane. You are
whack,
a doctor.
Right? It's whack, right?
You're a scientist.
At the beginning of the movie, you're on the military side.
Yeah, because it's
like,
just
no, we need to kill these things.
because it's such an insane idea.
Yeah.
Even by the end, you're like, I would still be like, just kill them all if you can.
But the point of the like that midpoint where they accidentally killed Godzilla.
Yeah.
The point of that
Yeah,
was to
but
show
if-
that they're helpless, that
but
they can't do anything.
If after Godzilla kills Ghidorah, then if you just kill Godzilla and all the other ones, you'll be fine. No more alien Titan. I love that they incorporated that, by the way. That's like some weird Godzilla lore that Ghidorah is an alien.
Yeah.
And I loved that they brought that in. It was-
like he was like an invasive species.
It's like wacky and silly and fun. And
right.
there's like a post-credit sequence where Charles Dance finds his head,
Mm-hmm.
and you know they're gonna make Mecha Godzilla in a future movie, which is awesome. Let's talk about Charles Dance. Can you give my boy some more to work with? That's Tywin fucking Lannister, one of the greatest villains in television history.
It isn't much.
Give him some work.
Yeah, dude.
He's not even the mastermind of the stupid plan. It's a stupid plan, by the way. It's
He's been involved with like two of the greatest things to ever grace like the visual medium, dude.
Game of Thrones and
Golden Child.
huh?
The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy.
I believe you.
You shouldn't. It was fine. It's fun.
No,
It's fun.
I don't actually.
It's a fun Eddie
believe it.
Murphy movie.
Yeah. So he is portrayed. He's like introduced as this fucking eco-terrorist who wants to basically reset the world. Which that always is like a weak.
So, and it mostly doesn't come from him. It comes from the mom character.
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
He's introduced as this like crazy eco-terrorist who's willing to kill billions of people, and he's, they've been trying to get him for a long time, and then you find out that the whole big plan is Emma, Dr. Emma, Dr. Millie Bobby Brown's mom / Kyle Chandler's ex-wife. I don't know the actress's name. And you're like, so wait, this person who we were
/
supposed
Patrick Wilson's wife in like fucking 5 horror movies.
Oh,
in the
really?
past 10 years.
You're
yeah.
supposed to think that she's like this normal person who has like good intentions, and then she whips that shit out halfway through the movie. And I was like, no, you're completely insane. You're a completely evil and insane person.
Right.
It's completely nuts.
How'd you? Okay.
And
so
Millie Bobby Brown reacts appropriately
Right.
and runs away.
there's
Good work, Millie.
some quality Millie Bobby Brown moments
There's
in
some
this movie.
great when she flicks off Charles
Yes,
Dance in the
when Charles
elevator.
Dance does the
That's
little-
some Stranger Things shit. Like that's very good, dude. Okay, I had this thought when I was watching it. I felt like there's a smart. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. This is smart of them. They took advantage of the fact that they know that we love Millie Bobby Brown to make things worse at parts of the movie. You know what I mean? Like they were like we don't have to do much to make people be afraid because we know they love Millie Bobby Brown. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. What are you trying to?
I don't know how to explain it. Like the scene when she goes to Fenway,
Right.
and that whole storm is coming in.
Uh-huh.
They're like, we don't need to do anything but just have Millie Bobby Brown do Millie Bobby Brown
Right.
stuff.
Well, she just needs to exist
She
in
just-
this really dangerous situation.
And you're going to be
scream.
so scared
She needs
because
to-
it's Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, no, don't hurt 11. Don't do it.
I had faith in her.
Always.
She has a natural connection with monsters, dude.
Yeah. Oh, going into this movie, I thought she was going to be like full on Pokemon trainer with Godzilla. I thought she was going to be friends with Godzilla. And I was down with it. I was like, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Instead, she's just like likes them a lot.
Right. So let's talk about the mom's villainous plan here for a second. Like,
So she decides that unleashing Ghidorah, unleashing all the Titans, is going to save the world by destroying it.
right.
In the process, killing billions of people.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if we're talking realistically, they showed us one small island in the Caribbean, right? That's where our characters were. That's where Military Man, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and dude from Hamilton were.
Mm-hmm.
And
And that military man's in A Star Is Born.
yeah, that's the dude from Hamilton.
Oh, he's from Hamilton? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like we see them on the small island doing this evacuation, and they're having such a hard time, right? And that's where all of our scientists are, because this is where they're gonna confront Ghidorah. No, that's where Rodan is being born. They're like the first new Titan is like waking up, and they're there to find out what's going on. If they're having that much trouble on this tiny island, imagine how many people are dying everywhere.
Right.
There's more than 17 of these monsters destroying
The
stuff.
entirety of Boston gets fucking nuked.
Dude, Washington, D.C. gets drowned. Washington, D.C. is underwater.
Yeah.
Billions of people are dead around the world. This is her genius plan. I'm going to kill billions of people because in 10 years, stuff will be greener. It's a tough sell.
It's whack.
It's a tough sell, my dude.
Well, it's just like the closest, most like most recent comparison of this is fucking Thanos, right? Where he like kills half of population in order to save the other half of
But
population.
Thanos isn't ever portrayed as sane or like good. He never portrayed as a good guy.
I don't think we're supposed to think that the mom is like. I think that the whole point of
I don't know.
she's
Dude.
fucked up.
By the end of the movie, they try to make us like feel for her. They pull the Cersei shit. They're like, she loves her kids, so she's a good person.
But it was the love for her kids that drove her to do this fucking wild thing.
Yeah, because her son died. I don't know. Why couldn't she just be more like Kyle Chandler and just go like fucking take pictures of wolves in his sadness?
You know how like when we talked about True Detective and like you said like when Russ is like saying all of this like kind of crazy stuff, like your reaction was like, oh, you're just a sad guy, right? Because he lost a kid.
Yeah.
Right. So this is like what ends up becoming. And obviously, like there's a drastic difference between Russ Cole and this woman. Like, Russ Cole actually wants to help people.
Yeah.
And he has those ideas.
He's just nihilistic.
Yeah.
Right
Beyond.
word? Yeah.
Well, he's anti-natalistic. So
Sure.
like natalism is like the value of human life. He like doesn't value it in like a consciousness sense.
Yeah.
He thinks that consciousness is like the flaw in humanity because we're aware.
So he would plug into the Matrix.
Maybe.
Oh, so you're saying
think-
it's all smoke and mirrors? He actually wouldn't plug into the
I think-
Matrix when the moment came?
I think he would rather be fucking reincarnated as a
Flower?
fucking- yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fucking insane, but
Yeah.
okay.
He would want something that doesn't have consciousness. But like she, with the loss of
Her son,
her
Andrew.
son, is like that's what pushes her over the edge of this fucking grand scale fucking eradication of the earth.
But she's like a high functioning insane like that's an insane idea. I'm not saying insane like a mad like someone who's gone mad or something. Like it's just like the scale of the idea is so crazy.
It's like large. It's a big
Yeah,
scale idea.
yeah.
I think it's that and psychotic.
Yeah. But she's portrayed so normal through the whole movie. She never like acts like she's
She never loses it.
Yeah. Does she like she shows remorse later, I guess. Right before she gets exploded.
True. They like.
I was I was like, do not let her get past this. She
Right.
does no way. She gets blown up in this
True.
fight. And then she does like the heroic thing where she's like, I'll take the sound machine.
Yeah.
So, you know, she has her moment of
It would have been nicer to see like if like she had like a complete arc of like showing a lot of guilt, a lot of shame.
yeah. Instead, she's just like, no, Millie Bobby Brown, I'm right. And then Millie Bobby Brown runs away and she's like, oh no, where's Millie? I gotta go save her. And that's
Yeah.
basically it.
It's still like coming out of like a sort of a selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I
like
could
one
agree with
moment where she's like, thinks about stopping. And Charles Data's like, don't stop. And she's like, oh no, what have I done? But yeah, it's a wild villainous arc. And so here's the idea. Like, so there's a really quick scene. First of all, did she prepare a presentation
Bruh.
This gave me Lex Luthor vibes.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I thought
Okay,
of. Right?
when she calls into our crew, right? And she's like, here's what's going on. And she's talking to them on a webcam. And then just shots of things she's prepared start coming up.
And you get that fucking anti-human B-roll of fucking awful shit.
Yeah.
Overpopulation.
Yeah.
Pollution. It was whack.
It's
I was
so
like,
silly.
I thought the exact same
Yeah.
thing literally
She
like 5
prepared
seconds
a
after that.
presentation.
I was like, wait, hold on. Did
So
they
that just went into it even more.
Show that
I was like, she had enough care to fucking create a presentation to back her ideas? Oh my god. But there's like a quick thing in that process where they show what's happened to San Diego and San Francisco since Godzilla rolled through and how they've grown while it's green. And you're like, I mean, that's really nice, I guess, but billions of people died or millions of people died in those attacks probably. And now they have nowhere to live, the people that made it, that everything's destroyed. And your plan is to do that everywhere. That's crazy. Completely nuts.
Right.
And then I was like, you're scientists. Why can't you like try to find a way to like, did that happen because Godzilla walked by? Or did it happen because Godzilla was blowing atomic breath everywhere? Because like if you can find out a way to like mind control these dudes with these frequencies, maybe you can go further and try to find a way to communicate. And then you could be like, Godzilla, let's go for a walk. And you just walk him gingerly across America, and he creates this beautiful trail of greenery behind him 10 years later.
Right.
That's a nice solution.
Right.
You just take the doggo for a walk around the world. You don't have to blow up everything. Oh, it's crazy.
Are you still implying that like Godzilla is like a tool to be used?
No, he's our dog's tools. Dogs are your friend.
Yeah, but you own a dog.
Your companion.
You own a dog.
Sure. But by law, yeah, sure. But they're your friend.
Like I think that would be like if I were Ken Watanabe right now, he would be like.
But Ken Watanabe believes that Godzilla's on our side, and if Godzilla was really on
our
our
side,
side,
but he doesn't believe that Godzilla should be our.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why you need to be able to communicate with him. If you could just be like, listen, Godzilla, you've blown up a lot of shit, and I know your intentions are good, but your execution needs some work, right? We have a much more peaceful solution to you saving the world.
Right.
And it doesn't involve you dying and getting nuked to be revived or fighting horrible monsters. It just involves you taking a stroll.
Right.
And we'll guide your path so that you don't destroy cities and stuff like that. It's going to be great, Godzilla. Come on. Right. And Godzilla would be like, yo, that sounds great. All I want to do is help. Yeah. I live in Atlantis. No one is left down there. They never mentioned that they discovered Atlantis, by the way. That was Atlantis.
That was Atlantis?
It had to be. What else is an underwater city of an ancient civilization?
I never thought Atlantis throughout that entire scene.
Really?
No.
I had big, remember the Disney's Atlantis movie?
Right.
I had huge vibes of that. I was like, oh, this is like kind of what, if they made a live action version of that movie, which would be dope, by the way, that's what sort of discovering that area would be like, would be kind of like this
I don't know why I never thought Atlantis.
Yeah, it's Atlantis, dude.
Because they never said it.
They never said it. I thought for sure. What's the Marty or was it the Marty?
Bradley Whitford's character?
Bradley Whitford would be like, it's Atlantis.
Atlantis. Yeah. Surprisingly, never said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what you would create with that movie, like the dog walking of Godzilla. You know
Godzilla's Purpose.
You know what you would make the worst Godzilla movie.
I'm not saying that it's a movie. I'm saying that
God.
it's a realistic idea of what to do in the situation. It's a much simpler solution than her idea of break out all the monsters. You're a genius scientist. Stop being nuts.
She was broken, dude.
Yeah, she was broken.
She was broken.
So was Kyle Chandler.
Let's talk about...
And Kyle Chandler was like portrayed as more broken. You know what I mean? Like they were like, he is broke. Look how sad he is. She seemed fine. She seemed put together. It's wild.
Let's talk about the implications. Did the first Godzilla? You seem to remember the first Godzilla more than I do.
Yeah.
Did they talk about Kong this much? Did they reference Kong?
No, they didn't talk about Kong at all.
Yeah,
they didn't talk about Kong at all. And then they made Kong Skull Island, and we know because we already know the next movie is Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah,
or Godzilla versus Kong or whatever. Which fucking sign me up, dude. I'll watch them fight.
Fuck yeah.
As Ken Watanabe said, let them fight. Dude, the line when Bradley Whitford was like, oh, some Dr. Suzakaze, I think. Dr. Ken Watanabe, let them fight shit? Yeah, I love when he used to say that.
What do you think are going to be the what do you think is going to be the conflict that they make in order
this is
going to
be some Batman vs Superman bullshit.
You think so?
Yeah, there's going to be some worse monster. It's probably going to be they're going to fight over something silly, some territorial dispute or something, or like Godzilla's going to steal some hot chick from King Kong's cave. I don't know. And then Charles Dance is going to roll up with Mecha Godzilla, and they're going to team up and fight Mecha Godzilla or whatever. That's what's going to happen, that I would guess, especially because of the post credits.
So is that the lore of Mecha Godzilla that like it's taken from the head?
Oh, I have no idea.
There's an entire Vulture article about like.
I'm pretty sure the lore of Mecha Godzilla is that the government in Japan was basically like, we need to build something in case Godzilla ever attacks again, because Godzilla is kind of like Terminator. Kind of like Arnold's Terminator. I think at first Godzilla is a villain.
Yeah.
And then later on we find out that Godzilla wants to protect us from all these monsters. Yo, rip Mothra.
Mothra is cool, man.
Yeah, Mothra was cool. Mothra
cool
was just a
character.
baby. Mm-hmm. Just a baby.
Did you like laugh?
That was
a little
wanted
bit.
to fuck Godzilla? Maybe? I don't know.
No, it was just a symbiotic relationship.
All right, sure.
They're
just friends.
Did you like? I found it like weird. It was like almost like overly anthropomorphized. Like it
was a little bit more humanized.
The scene where Mothra was fighting Rodan, right? And it like stuck the stinger like, through, and then it like it was just shot like like it. I don't know, like a bad Game of Thrones episode, like of someone like stabbing someone. Yeah. I don't know.
I was surprised he made it. I thought he was dead. Rodan came back. He fucking bowed.
Yeah.
Rodan's just a person in a dinosaur's body. Mm-hmm. He bowed to Godzilla. Right. Dude, that giant woolly mammoth is cool.
Dude, that was dude. I fucking loved that giant mastodon, dude. That's
he was
so
really cool. He looked
cool.
like he had arms, like gorilla arms almost. He was cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like, yo, make more movies. Show me more monsters. Mm-hmm. You want to show me like 5 of them? You said there's 17. Mm-hmm. Sounds dope.
Yeah, I fucking dug that woolly mammoth titan.
Yeah, he's cool.
I wanted to see more of him.
He's cool. Yeah, man.
You said it was a 6.8 on IMDb?
6.8. Old Godzilla is 6.4. Kong Skull Island is 6.6. I feel like all of those could be bumped up.
I agree.
I feel like there's 7s.
Yeah.
They're movies in the 7s.
They're movies that I would recommend if you know what you're going into. Like,
yeah.
For sure.
If you know you're going into a kaiju movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's dope. Thickzilla. King of the Monsters. Wah, wah, wah. Ooh, wrong episode.
Yep.
Wah, wah. I think that's it. You got anything else about
Nope.
it? Oh, okay.
Did
cool.
you see this in IMAX?
No, regular.
Am I dumb for like not being able to recognize the differences between IMAX and regular?
No.
This was the main difference that I noticed from the AMC's regular movie theater and the IMAX movie theater. They don't have the leather recliners in the IMAX theater.
What?
No.
What are you doing? That should be where the best stuff is.
Right.
I'm pretty sure IMAX screens are bigger. Mm-hmm. That's pretty noticeable. Other than that, I think it's just supposed to look and sound better. I bet if you watched them like side by side, you would be able to tell.
Maybe, yeah.
Plus, like you only saw it in IMAX. You didn't see it in regular.
True.
So you can't really compare it to anything.
True. Yeah. But I did see a different movie in a regular theater right before it.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Let's wrap this up. So this is coming out as our spoiler episode the week that we're recording it. So we're going to be back next week with a normal episode and spoilers on X-Men. And then the week after that is when I'm on vacation. And we're going to have 2 more spoilers.
You don't seem very sure about that.
No, I am.
And I feel bad because I cannot help out
I am
any of that scheduling stuff.
I was just imagining the calendar in my brain. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure. Because the week I'm gone, we're going to have Aladdin and Brightburn episodes. The only reason it was confusing to me is because X-Men comes out after all those movies, but we're putting in the episode out before. But that is correct. So come back next week for X-Men, Dark Phoenix. Whew. I'm lukewarm. I don't know what to expect. The premiere was last night. I don't know if you saw Hollywood Boulevard was closed. Not only was the Grateful Dead concert clogging up that exit to come home, then Hollywood Boulevard was closed and making things even more hectic.
If you can be lukewarm, can you be Han hot? I'm Han hot.
Is Han Solo the opposite of Luke Skywalker? Or are you like...
Lukewarm's not the opposite of hot.
Warm is not the opposite of hot. You're right. It's like a lesser version.
Mm-hmm.
So Han is not a lesser version of Luke. You can fuck off with that.
I never said that.
That's the sexiest man in the galaxy.
That's why I said Han hot.
Well, no. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm going backwards.
You're going backwards.
Okay. But no, well, wouldn't it be like Obi-Wan hot?
Why would it be Obi hot?
Because he's also a Jedi.
You just said it yourself. Han is like the sexiest man in the
But no,
the
because
Star
it's
Wars universe.
warm is a lesser version of hot, right?
Right.
So Luke is a lesser version of a Jedi. Mm-hmm. Obi-Wan is like his master. Or is it just his dad?
Yeah.
Darth Hot.
Darth Hot.
That's my Star Wars character.
Anakin Hot.
That's my Sith Lord
Han
Star
hot
Wars.
just rolls off that.
No, I mean, kind of. Han is hot.
Han is hot.
Han, dude, when is the last time you watched episode 5?
I watch it every night before I go to sleep. Just that one part.
I know why.
Of him flirting with.
You mean every part of him flirting?
Yeah. I made it. I made myself a compilation.
When I first rewatched that movie after like years of not seeing it from like I saw when I was a kid, I was blown away with the sexual charisma of Harrison Ford. Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. Couldn't believe the vibes he was putting off. It's crazy. Anyway, this has been Spoilers for Godzilla King of Monsters. We'll see you next week. We out.
We out. Stay weird.